Hi students, welcome back. Today we are going to learn a new chapter from our course book. Name of the lesson is A Race to Remember, Module 1. Learning objectives. To read and comprehend the story, to realize that in spite of differences and similarities can bring people together, to understand the need to stand up for what is right, to note the belief and policies of Nazi Germany and of slavery in the United States of America. A race to remember. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about a world famous athlete, Jesse Owens. In your textbook on page number 78, you can see a picture. What makes a winner? You can see some pictures here. What is this person's all doing? What has happened just before this moment? What will happen next? What feelings do you think are going through this person's mind during this moment? Let's discuss. We can see that the picture which you see on the screen is of differently abled people, and they inspire other with their determination. Now we can look forward with other athletes. How did they inspire others with their words? Let's see. Jesse Owens was an American athlete. He is best remembered for his performance at the 1936 Berlin Olympics, where he won gold medals in the long jump, 100 meter, 200 meter dashes, and 4 into 100 meter relay. He was the first American track and field athlete to win 4 gold medals at a single Olympics game. In this lesson, we will be seeing why the Berlin Olympics is very important in his life. Let's start. The year was 1936. Jesse Owens was on his way to Berlin to make his dreams come true. The American athlete was going to participate in his first Olympic Games. Owens' journey to the American athletics team had been long and grueling. He had grown up in poverty. In school and in college, Owens had trained in between attending classes and working jobs as a waiter, petrol bunk attendant, and lift operator. He had fees to pay and a family to support. In the introductory paragraph, we can see that how difficult was the journey for Jesse Owens to be an athlete in Berlin Olympics. We can see that how much struggle he take to be a part of that, and the struggle that he taken during the training. He have to attend so many jobs to meet his expense for his studying and for the expense to support his family. Now let's see what happened next in his life, why the 1936 Berlin Olympics was said to be a turning point in the life of Jesse Owens. The 1936 Berlin Olympics was going to be the culmination of Owens' hard work. There was no way he was going back without a medal. But it was not going to be easy. Germany in 1936 was a dangerous place to live. It was under the control of the cruel and violent Nazi Party. The Nazis believed that the Germans were superior to all others, physically and mentally. This was why the Olympics was an important event for them. It was where German athletes would prove to the world that they were the best, that the German people were the master race. People meant to conquer the world and rule all over the others. The Nazis had begun persecuting people for other races, especially the Jews and the blacks. They considered them less than humans. We can see that during 1936 in Berlin, it was ruled by Nazi Party. The ruler of Nazi Party was Adolf Hitler. He is very dangerous and he was autocrat. So Nazis believe that German people are very superior to others in physical and mental condition. So they take the Olympics as a chance to uh, prove to the world that their people are the best. During that, every athlete was afraid to go and participate in Germany because of the condition during there. All the Jews and blacks was executed. They were killed by Nazi party. This behavior was not new to Owens, a black American. Even in the US, though slavery had been abolished, black Americans were not treated equally. Many states in the country had separate neighborhoods and schools to keep them away from the white Americans. As the Nazis' racist policy got worse by the day, Owens wondered whether it was right to go to Berlin. Would it be right to take part in a competition held by a country where millions were being persecuted? Many countries disapproved of the Nazis' attitude. They had all started debating whether or not to boycott the German Olympics. Because of this pressure, the Nazis reluctantly allowed Jews from other countries to participate. It was only then that the 52 nations agreed to attend the Berlin Olympics. Owens too decided to participate. He hoped that the Olympics would show the world that race, color, and religion did not matter, especially not in sports. All that was important was how well one ran and played. We can see that this things which was happening in Nazi, that was not a new thing for Jesse Owens because he is a black American. During that time, all the black American who were living in America was facing so many discrimination. Even though slavery was abolished and the law was there, the law was passed out that everyone should treat equally. But the people were having a separate neighborhood and school to keep the blacks away. Do you know that to sit in a bus they conducted a strike? So the life for black Americans in America was miserable. While the Nazis' racist policy was getting worse day by day, Owen wondered whether is it right to go to Berlin and to participate in the Olympics. Many countries disapproved on the Nazis' policy, so they started to come into a conclusion to boycott the German Olympics. Because of the highly pressure, Nazis they without unwillingly changed their policy, and they allowed Jews from all other countries to participate in this Olympics. So, because of that policy, Jesse Owens also decided to participate in this Olympics. He hoped that the Olympics would show the world that for winning a competition, winning a race, color, religion doesn't matter. He want to show that especially in sports, this is not the things that determine the winning. So he want to show the world that that is not important. All that were important was how well one ran and played. So, dear students, this is all about today. We will be continuing with the remaining part in the next class. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions. Let's recollect what we have learned so far. When does the story take place? What do you know about Jesse's background? What was the political background of Germany in the 1930s? Dear students, I hope you all can answer this question. If you can't answer, don't feel bad. Read the lesson once again. I hope you all have understand today's class.